Nine Flames Sovereign Chapter 28, Get Through the Third Main Line. At night, the group returned to Han's house. In the Korean-style room, Han Feng flashed himself, and came to the first space of the Nine Flames Tower. Putting the spirit stone with a purity of 5 to 67% in the all things melting flame cauldron, Han Feng made a mortal fire that was much more powerful and began to refine. These spirit stones, whose purity is close to the low-grade inferior limit, are not so easy to refining. After one night, they are only 1/3 refined. The next day, Han Feng and his party once again entered the Yufeng mountain range. At this moment, Instructor Lin and others have not only trained Han Feng and others in their will to fight against monsters, but also taught a group of people how to fight. In a blink of an eye, another 2 days passed. The training days have lasted for 3 days, and there are 4 days left. The last 3 days are the time for inspection. In these 2 days, Han Feng finally succeeded in refining all the source liquid. Finally you can refine and absorb to increase your strength. Take a sip, and when he feels the limit is reached, Han Feng immediately practiced cross-legged. The next day, Han Feng opened his eyes, and his internal strength soared several levels. Han Feng's inner strength cultivation base had just stabilized the second main channel, but now he has taken a big step towards the peak of the second main channel, but there is still no breakthrough. There are 8 main veins. Every time one is opened, it requires 1, 2 or 3 times more internal energy than the previous one. No matter how much energy the source liquid raises, it is impossible to directly raise it several times in one night. 4th day, 5th day. At the moment when the morning of the 6th day arrived, Han Feng's eyes suddenly shook his whole body, exuding a sharp aura, and opened up the third main vein. This time, Han Feng could no longer hide it. Han Family Training Ground, Instructor Lin looked at Han Feng in horror. You broke through again, 2 main lines? Han Feng hesitated and nodded, yes. Instructor Lin still had a weird expression. Opening up the second main channel could not have such a strong aura, but the third. Instructor Lin didn't dare to think like this. He just thought it was the reason why Han Feng Ning's claw skill reached the perfect state. It's true that the battles of the past few days have deepened Han Feng's knowledge of claw condensation. Just yesterday, Han Feng broke through during the battle. Claw condensation reached the stage of perfection in one fell swoop. One claw killed the most of the second-level monsters. The powerful monsters shocked the Instructor Lin and others on the spot. Han Rong and Han Zheng's expressions were extremely complicated. It was only a short time before Han Feng caught up. This was only the cultivation base, and in terms of combat effectiveness, it was a few streets they didn't know. Nowadays, only Han Lin can suppress Han Feng. Han Lin's face was solemn, and Han Lin felt a strong sense of threat from Han Feng. Han Lin frowned. I have now opened up the 4 main veins, and they have long been stable. How come I feel this way? Behind Instructor Lin, Han Yongxing and the 3 looked at each other, shocked. Now I'm pretty sure that if Xuan Mingzong comes, he will definitely fall into Han Feng. It is estimated that it will not be long before Han Feng will surpass Han Lin. This speed of progress is too frustrating. Han Yongxing couldn't help but explode. Fenley's expression was rather weird. Don't forget, there is another Han Ru in our Han family. I heard that the little girl Han Ru has always had a bad impression of Han Feng. In the competition a few days later, some look at it. On this day, he was still fighting in the Yufeng mountain range. At night, Han Feng continued to swallow the source liquid to practice. One night, Han Feng almost stabilized his realm. The 7th day was unremarkable. After the 7th night, Han Feng completely stabilized the third main channel's inner strength cultivation, and even went further. This rapid progress left Instructor Lin and others stunned. They stabilized their realm in less than 2 days. This speed is definitely the fastest they have seen so far. The genius outside the city is an exception. On the 8th day, the group came to Yufeng mountain range. Instructor Lin said with a serious face, from now on to the 10th day afternoon, you will spend in the Yufeng mountain range. Be careful not to be overly curious, especially its Han Lai, Did you hear that? Everyone looked awkward. Yes. On this day, Han Yongxing and the three did not come, except for the last afternoon. They will not care about it these days. Haha, it turned out to be Instructor Lin. Today is also your Han training day? A loud laughter came from behind, and everyone turned their heads. A middle-aged man with a fat belly led the same 9 teenagers here. Instructor Lin's expression was light. It turned out to be a regular instructor. Apparently, Instructor Lin obviously didn't want to talk to this fat man. Han Feng looked at the group of people suspiciously. Hearing the Chang instructor's surname, Han Feng flashed his eyes and thought of something. Han Lin glanced at Han Feng and whispered, "This surname Chang is another family of Renzhong Chang and our Han family, ranking among the top 3 families. Be careful. The Chang family has always been at odds with our Han family. In the Yufang mountain range, these guys might attack us." Han Feng nodded, and smiled lightly. It's better to come, just to teach them a lesson. Now, Han Feng's name for being a waste is eliminated in the Han family, but there is not much spread outside. That incident, the whole person in the city has been going to talk about it. Han Lin snorted coldly. The two of us haven't discussed each other in the past few days. WWW. Well, novel. Calm, let's compare this training test, how about? Han Feng smiled slightly. Okay. The conversation between Han Feng and Han Lin, the instructor Chang did not hear clearly, but the instructor Chang recognized Han Feng. Huh? Isn't this kid that little from your Han family? Why is he even here? Or is it that the current elite level of your Han family is equivalent to rubbish? The instructor often mocked. Han Lai and the others were furious. Just as they were about to fight back, Instructor Lin stopped them. Instructor Lin's eyes were cold. "Instructor Chang, it's not your turn to take care of our Han family, Han Lin, let's go." After the Instructor Lin left, the face of the Instructor Chang also became gloomy, and he spit out a sputum. The instructor sneered, "Bah, what a dog, even the Han family's protagonist is not even considered to be the Han family. I dare to talk to this instructor." "Hey, don't worry, the instructor, the mere Han family is just a bunch of trash. In the Yufang mountain range, we will surely ask you a sigh of relief." The gloomy teenager Gigi sneered. The instructor Chang said immediately, "Chang Wenjun, your brother is at a juncture of cultivation. If he didn't follow him this time, your cultivation level is the highest, and you have already opened up the 4 main lines. Don't worry about the Han family. If you meet the Han family, just kill me." Chang Wenjun's eyes flashed and he grinned, "Don't worry, I will let this group of wastes of the Han family disappear into this world. The city of people, sooner or later will be the world of our Chang family." Today's first update, I would like to ask everyone for their favorites and recommendations.